Let's try not to give too many spoilers, but I want to ask you about this film in the first place, this performance as An Sang-woo, the main character of Inside Man. I was interested in what attracted you to the role, the script. What was your first impression when you read the story?
맨 처음 그 스크립트를 받았을 때는 안상구라는 캐릭터보다는 사실은 저는 그 논설주간을 훨씬 더 관심이 있었어요. 그 캐릭터가 훨씬 더 배우로서 연기할 부분도 그렇고 굉장히 매력적이라고 생각해서 그 캐릭터를 굉장히 관심을 가졌었는데 감독님은 저한테 안상구라는 캐릭터를 주기 위해서 이 스크립트를 줬더라고요. 근데 맨 처음 스크립트에는 굉장히 좀 아주 스테레오타입의 그런 조직폭력배의 역할이었는데 이 영화가 처음부터 끝까지 굉장히 긴장감 있는 사건들의 연속으로 진행이 되다 보니까 이야기는 너무 재미있는데 관객들이 너무 숨가빠할 것 같다는 생각이 들었어요. 그래서 어떤 한 인물을 통해서 좀 관객들이 중간중간 좀 쉬어갈 수 있는 그런 타임이 있어야 된다고 생각해서 안상구에게 약간의 유머러스함과 또 약간의 덜 떨어진 느낌의 캐릭터를 좀 부여하면 어떨까라는 얘기를 했고 그것으로 다시 캐릭터를 만들어서 현장에서도 이제 아이디어를 많이 내서 이렇게 만들어진 캐릭터예요.
So when I first received the screenplay from the director, I was first attracted to the role of the op-ed columnist, not of An Sang-woo. But then the director told me that he intended for me to play the role of An Sang-woo. In the original screenplay, the character of An Sang-woo was a very stereotypical gangster, uneducated, rough. But because the screenplay was so tightly plotted, I felt that if all the characters were intensely played, I felt that there would be no place to breathe for the audience. So I thought that I wanted to inject a sense of humor into this character, as well as a bit of a loose end to the character to relieve the audience of some of the tension. So I told my ideas to the director, and so this character An Sang-woo, we really played around with a lot of ideas on set and in the screenwriting process. So that is how the character of An Sang-woo was created.
Were you already familiar with the original source material, the webtoon? It's based on a hugely popular webtoon in Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this is based on a very famous comic book in Korea, but I didn't read that, so I asked the director, shall I read the book? And then she said, you don't have to, because he just followed the structure, not the characters. So you don't have to read it, and you don't have to be inspired by the original character. So we made a new character actually.
I'm interested in how you pick up the films you're in, because you've often chosen films by first-time directors, and at the same time you worked with very famous directors. You worked with Park Chan-wook, among others. You also work in Hollywood. What attracts you to a film? The script, the name associated, the director associated with the film?
Of course, movies, director's media. So director is one of the most important thing. But at the same time, the story is very important for me. So sometimes I worked with some debut directors, but the story is very touching and great. Then I pick it up and then I decide to do it. For example, one of my most favorite film of mine was a bungee jumping of their own. Yeah, he was his first debut film, but I really liked the story, so that's why I could participate in that project. And I finished some other film 2 months ago called Single Rider, and that's her first debut film as well.
Korean film, correct?
Korean film. but the story is amazing, so that's why I joined that project, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Is this film coming out soon in Korea?
Yeah, maybe the end of October or the beginning of November, I think.
Since we're talking about your the future releases, I want to ask you about the newest one, The Magnificent Seven. Can you tell us a little bit about it's a remake of a famous John Sturges film?
Yeah, Magnificent Seven is a remake of 1960s Western classic. But Antoine Fuqua remade it, and with Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt and Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, and there are a lot of great actors in that. And this was amazing because I didn't expect that I could participate in the Western movie. But you know, historically there were a lot of Chinese people at the time, and I was so happy, and I felt really great because I grew up with watching those kind of Western films since I was 5, 6. So yeah, that was a great moment.
Technically, you've already played in a sort of a Western, if you count the good,
Yeah,
the Num 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 movie.
Yeah, it's an Oriental Western.
Right.
Yeah, the word is a little bit weird, but it's Oriental Western. It's a good and bad, good, bad, and weird. Yeah. But this is really original Western. So yeah, it was really great, and it's gonna be so good because Antoine really likes actions and make the film grittier and dramatic.
Right.
Of course, the original is an amazing movie, but it'll be kind of different than that.
Can you talk a little bit about your character in it? Was it too premature to talk about
Compared to the original, my character Billy Ross is close to James Coven's character in the original.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, used a knife, but he also used a gun too.
Did you watch Antoine Fuqua's previous film, Training Day?
Of course, I'm a huge fan of that movie.
Right. So now you're kind of going back and forth between the US and Korea. Where do you think your career is going to take you? Do you want to privilege one side? Do you want to keep going back and forth between Korean and American film, or is Hollywood the ultimate destination?
Actually, I don't care if I do Korean project or US project, but actually my attitude is kind of different because I'm born and raised in Korea, so you know when I'm filming Korean movie, I can do my best and I can feel any senses in the script, but acting in America is kind of different. I feel kind of handicapped because of language-wise and culture-wise, culture differences. So I need to do a lot of things when I'm filming in America. But I believe it's just a process. So.
There's no problem language-wise. We're fine.
No.
We understand each other.
I'm trying so hard now. I'm using.
Right actor.
That's
Trying
right.
very hard.
I'm using all the words I know. I'm serious.
You're doing a great job. What about work methods? I think I have the time maybe for one more question. But what about the work methods in Hollywood and Korea? How different do you see those? Do you have a preference?
It's basically almost the same, but In America, I felt they put a lot of time for pre-production, but short production. But it's opposite in Korea. They have a short term of pre-production, but they put a lot of time for production. I think it's good for Hollywood is good for that. I think, but Korean crew has a very flexibility because sometimes in Korea the director has a lot of ideas on the set, and he changes a lot of things whenever we were shooting. So the crews, they got used to it. So they change so fast. But in America, it takes time to change something. So yeah, so they have good and bad things.
Have you ever considered becoming a film director? You have a lot of experience.
If I have an ability to do that, I would love to make my own film. But if I have confidence, I would do it. But for now, I still don't have that. So, yeah, maybe we'll see.
Well, we'll see, hopefully. One last question. A few months ago, I think many Americans got to know you at the Oscars. You were the first Korean presenter. That's a source of pride for many Koreans. Can you tell us about your experience being the first? That was a historical moment, I would say.
I didn't expect that moment come to me that early, so I was so surprised by that. And of course, it's so honorable and one of the most memorable moments in my life. But at the same time, I was so nervous. So when I went for a rehearsal, I asked them, "Can I do it one more?" So I did a few times, and I asked to Sofia Vergara, "Can I do one more?" And she said, yeah, she was so generous. Yes, of course, if you want. So we did it a few times, and I walked the red carpet. Because they don't go out to walk red carpet at the rehearsal day, because there are a lot of people, but I really want to walk myself, because I want to practice it. There will be some journalists, there will be some photos, and okay, I could practice it, and I try to sit on my seat, and so I could see the stage from my seat. But still, I was so nervous at that moment, so I drank a lot. Yeah, they serve some wine and champagne out there, so I drank some, and I was kind of dizzy. That's true.
You're very sober.
No, actually, just 2 glasses of champagne. Anyways, I was a presenter, but I didn't want to give to him, actually. I still want to hold it. I thought maybe someday, hopefully, I can have a chance to.
That's fine. Hopefully. Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for coming all the way to New York from Korea. It was a pleasure to have you with us.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.